Alright, morning loves. So what I'm gonna be doing today is something that I've never done before. I'm going to be cooking my chicken in a crock pot slow cooker. So I'm taking you along the journey with me today. I have the slow cooker and I've never actually used it. So I decided that today I'm going to go ahead and try doing this slow chicken. So what I'll be putting in this, I'm going to be using some thyme, some onion, some garlic, some tomatoes. I have quarter cup of dark rum, which I'm going to fill it up to. I'm going to add 3/4 cups of water to it, and of course we have our chicken here. The chicken, I simply just added some salt, black pepper and all-purpose seasoning and put it in the fridge overnight to marinate, and we're just going to add all of that into the crock pot. I'm also going to be adding this seasoning to it, so this fajita chicken mix, to kind of give it that what you call it, right, fajita, to give it that taste. I've always liked this seasoning, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that as well. But as I said, first time doing this so taking you along the journey with me, and we pray all goes well, right? So we're gonna go ahead and cut up the seasoning and then put it in the crock pot and allow it to cook for 5 hours. Right. Alright love, so we're gonna go ahead and cut up the seasoning. So for the thyme, I'm just gonna take it off the big stalk and leave the tops alone. You can use a scissors to cut this, but I have the knife already on hand, so we're just gonna put that in there, and let us cut up the onions and the tomatoes. So let's go. So we're not gonna really cut them up fine. We're just kind of cutting them in big chunks to drop them in the crock pot. So that's that, guys. Always remember to wash your veggies before you use them. You know, I think we all know that. So we're just gonna go ahead and get all of these veggies cut up and then pop them in the crock pot. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and add forgot to tell you I'm adding black beans to it, because I kind of want to do it like a burrito. So I've already cooked these black beans for about 30 minutes and they were soaking overnight. So we're just gonna put them in the crock pot to finish cook along with the chicken. It's so hot, guys, and the steam is burning my fingers. Alright, so we added the black beans to the crock pot. Go, and it's semi-cooked because as you can see the fork can go through the bean. There we go. So it's already semi-cooked. So we're just gonna go ahead now and throw our veggies that we cut up earlier onto those. Veggies, guys, and then we're going to add our sprigs of thyme right in there as well. All right, so that's what we look like so far. Now we're gonna put our chicken in our crock pot. And we're gonna add 1 cup of water and dark rum. Now we're going to add another 2 cups to this, because remember we're putting the beans and the beans is going to soak up some of that water, so you want to ensure that you put enough water in there to cover it and allow it to cook. So I'm probably going to put another 2 or 3 cups of water in here. Alright guys, so I actually added 5 cups of water to it, and now we're going to throw in our seasoning. Alright, we're going to add that to the crock pot. Can't tell me why I don't want to open. So, thank God for scissors. So, go ahead and add that to our mixture as well. And that's it, guys. So as I said, first time doing this, taking you along the journey, good, bad, or indifferent. You're gonna see what happens. Alright, so I'm gonna put it on the slow cooker for, as I said, about 5 hours, and allow all of those flavors to come together. Alright, so adding the cover, and we're gonna turn it on right now. Let's, and we're gonna turn it on low. And that's it, guys. 5 hours. As I said, first time using my slow cooker. Let's see how this goes. Should go well, right? All right, so this is how we're looking after about 4 hours, and it was on low, and I went to church and come back. So I just turned it up to high because we're gonna be finished pretty soon. So far so good. I'm gonna let it continue cooking. All right, hey love. So I'm going to be the what do you call it? The chicken. Sorry, has been cooking for about 6 hours now, and the liquid is it's not thick enough for me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to strain off the liquid and then make a little sauce with it and then pour it back onto the chicken and then allow it to finish cooking. But it's going really well so far, so just wanted to let you guys know. So let me just show you what it looks like right now. Alrighty, so there we are. So it's almost done, but we wanted the liquid to be a little bit thicker. It's too watery, so gonna strain it off and make a little sauce and put it back on it, and then we're done. Yay! So I'm gonna go ahead and throw off some of the liquid off the chicken. Here we have it. So just gonna be as careful as possible because it's really heavy. So just gonna pour off some of the liquid. So there we are. So we're gonna put that back on the slow cooker. It's all done, guys. The chicken is all done, and I'm gonna go ahead and make the sauce and pour it right back on. So just poured off the liquid off the chicken, and to this I have the fire on medium, and to this I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, or no, I should say 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 heaping tablespoon of cornstarch. And then we're just going to mix that together. Probably going to use my fork. So I'm just mixing that together. Don't mind the lumps, they'll all come out. It's already starting to get thick, guys. When you notice the dark color of it, that's because of the black beans that we're putting in. Because I said what I'm going to use it for, it's kind of what you call a quinoa bowl. So that is why we are using the black beans. To this, I'm going to add some ketchup. What I did was put a little bit of the liquid from here, from the pot, into the ketchup. And then we are going to add it to the liquid here. And that's it. So we're going to allow this to boil. See, pieces of tomatoes are in there and stuff, but that's all good because we're pouring it right back on top of the chicken. So we're going to allow this to come to a boil. Once it's come to a boil, then we're going to take it off and pour it back over our chicken and leave it for about half an hour more, and then we are done. There we go. Alright love, so taking this off, and I've cut up some sweet peppers, and we have some sweet corns here that we're going to add to it. And as I said, then we're going to leave it for another half an hour, and then we are going to be finished. So I'm going to add that to our chicken here. Just adding all of that in. Oh my gosh, look at the color. I love seeing it. And then we are going to go ahead and pour the sauce that we just made over all of that. Oops. And that's it. And as I said, we put it on high and we're leaving it in there for another half an hour. And then we should be finished. Half an hour to an hour, depending on how it's cooking. So in total, it would have been cooking for about 8 hours when we're finished. And just like that, guys, we are done. Look at that, it's falling off the bone, which is what we want. Yay, look at that. So when I plate it, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it all looks like. Yes.